Mark, what keeps coming to me is, it's like the biggest secret in the world. Not just that there is a God, but how unutterably beautiful He is. He's utterly beautiful. Augustine said it best, St. Augustine, after a life of sin. God called him back. He was awakened. And he said, too late have I learned to love you, O Lord. Too late have I learned to love you. St. Augustine, he said, you have made us for yourself, O Lord. You have made us for yourself, and our hearts are restless until they rest in thee. I want to tell everyone on the face of the earth, no matter what background you have, you were made for God. You were made to live in His beauty and His glory forever. I would want to share some personal experiences to sort of give maybe a little more credibility to some. But one experience that I've had so many of them, undeservedly. But one that sort of touches on this a tiny bit, I shared in Trinidad just a day or two ago. It has to do with my dad, who had died many years previous. And I came home from my mission country. I was serving in Central America, and I flew home from Belize to take care of my elderly mother for a month or two who was dying. And I'd asked the Lord to give me a sign about my beautiful mama, whether to call my siblings to come and be with me, or whether He was going to heal her and bring her back to life again, because He did that 20 years in a row. And as I went to the back room and said Mass, at the very end of Holy Mass, as I was cleaning the chalice, I was given a vision of my dad. I didn't ask for that. I wasn't thinking of that. I wasn't even thinking of my dad. I was thinking about my poor mama. But at the end of Mass, the Lord allowed my dad to come to me. I actually saw him with my physical eyes in the room with me. I saw him as through a window. And my dad was younger than me. My dad was young. He had dark hair, and my hair was silver. When my daddy died, he was in his 80s, with silver hair and a beard. He looked like Socrates. He was a lawyer and a judge. I saw my dad in heaven, and he was young. He was younger than me. And he turned around and he said to me, "Hey, Jim," with the most beautiful smile that I've ever seen. I can't even describe the smile. It wasn't a giant smile like you see maybe on a clown in the circus. It was a very refined smile. But yet the smile was a smile of perfection. I will never forget it. The beauty in my father's smile, like no anxiety, no sin, no sickness, no sadness, no worry. It was like perfect peace and tranquility. And this joy that was like waiting to bubble to the surface through him. He said, "Hey, Jim." It was so beautiful. I thought, this isn't fair. I'm here old and rotten, and there he is young and handsome. What's going on here? But it gave me an insight. I've read about this in sacred scripture. I've read about this from others. When we get to heaven, we will be young again. There are no gray hairs in heaven. There's no glasses in heaven. We are young and handsome and beautiful. And by that, what I mean to say is, there is a plan. And it's an everlasting plan for everyone. And yes, for every Buddhist and Hindu, yes, to enter heaven too with us through the blood of Christ. There is a heaven waiting for us. And what God has planned, Jesus says, no one can even imagine. No eye has ever seen. No ear has ever heard what my Father has in mind. There is something unutterably beautiful that's coming. And the Lord wants everyone to receive it. He hasn't chosen some to be saved and some to go to hell. The choice is ours. So I want to send this out to the whole world, that your God is beautiful. There's only one God. He's unutterably beautiful. Fall in love with your God. Fall in love with Him. If you fall in love with Him, you will see Him.